Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today I took my kayak out onto one of my favorite lakes. You guys have seen it on old videos. I'm going to kind of run you guys through the catches from today, what I got them on, so on and so forth. So as you see in this first clip here, I'm actually throwing a wacky rigged 5-inch Senko, and I just landed my first fish. I guess just hooked into my first fish of the day. This is pretty early on, and this was part of my game plan for the day. So my game plan was to attack the docks. So it's extremely hot out these days. The bass are either going to go extremely deep, which I don't really have the equipment or the want to fish for, or we can go super shallow underneath docks, underneath lily pads, stuff like that. So I decided to go the lily pad dock route today. So I came with a wacky rig already tied on. I also had kind of a bigger swim bait, the Megabest Mag Draft on that I was kind of skipping under docks, but nothing on that. So first fish on the wacky rig there, the wacky rig Senko, that kind of gave me a sign. I was kind of like, all right, so it's gonna be one of those slow finesse days today. So as we see here, I'm still rocking the Senko. It's kind of thrown out over up to the right there, but fishing it really slow. Again, guys, I mean, it's probably 8:30, 9 a.m. in this clip, and it's already 85 degrees. So there we go, we get into it. No crazy size on the wacky rig this morning, but later on in the day, we actually get into one little better fish, but nothing crazy today. Putting up a bit of a fight here, but nothing crazy. Just a small fish on that June bug Yamamoto Senko, which is an extreme confidence bait for me. Pretty good stuff. So in these next couple clips, you're gonna see, I actually on my Garmin, I saw that I was floating over some interesting structure, and I saw some fish down there. So what I did was I threw a nail weight onto my wacky rig, which made it right into a Nico rig, and as you can see, that worked out amazing for me. So I don't do that very often because I'm not super confident fishing offshore. I don't really know, I'm not great at reading my graphs, stuff like that, but this one I was pretty sure of what I was looking at, so I kind of backed off my spot, anchored down again, threw that nail weight in there, casted to where I was sitting, to where I did see that stuff, and sure enough, first cast right here, I popped that Nico rig out of some grass and laid into my first fish there. Again, nothing big, but you know, it's always fun to catch fish on something you don't do very often anyway. And then again here, so I got that one fish, and then I was throwing at that dock. You can see to the top right. I was throwing at the dock, had nothing, and then you'll see in a second here, hooked into him when I least expect it. So I'm actually starting to reel it in, kind of bringing it in, and then boom, there he goes. So he must have been, he's probably nose down on it, probably chasing it down, and then as I was just reeling it away, he took a shot at it, but I'm happy about it. Happens quite a bit with Senkos, believe it or not, where, you know, I'm letting it just flutter to the bottom, and then, you know, I'm like, okay, ready for the next cast. As I'm reeling it in, speed reeling it in, sometimes you'll get a bite. A lot of times that bite, though, is a smaller fish. They're just chasing it down. I have a little bit of a tough time getting this hook out here, but should be good to go soon. Another pretty fish, just a small one, but that's new, right? All right, now what you didn't see between that last clip and this clip right here is about 2.5 hours of me catching nothing, getting super frustrated and sunburned. I was trying a bunch of different stuff. I just could not for the life of me get a bite. And, you know, the day was kind of rounding up. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to what I know I'm confident in, which is a Texas rig Senko. So I threw on that same Senko you just saw. Now it's on my bait casting setup on a 3/0 Superline wide gap hook. And that's just like my bread and butter. And sure enough, first cast after I switch these rigs, I get smashed by this fish, which is probably the best fish of the day. It's not a big fish by any stretch, but man, when you're out in that 90-degree weather for 4 or 5 hours, that fish felt amazing. And then as you can see, a couple casts later, same exact spot. I was anchored in there, took another cast, same thing, a little smaller fish, and then a third fish in the exact same spot again, right there, all on the June bug Yamamoto Senko. That's gotta be my #1 confidence bait. I mean, it's crazy how I was just getting absolutely nothing. And I mean, I was throwing the wacky rig, I was throwing a nose rigged fluke, throwing things that, you know, not crazy. It's not like I was throwing a big swim bait or a frog or something, but alrighty guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. It's kind of a different format. Hopefully it was still enjoyable to watch, kind of analyze the few catches that I had. Please subscribe so you can never miss an upload, and stay tuned for the next one. Have a great day, guys.